Okay, so preparing the tin for the Christmas cake. 8-inch round tin that I have here. We just use a round Christmas tin, okay? Very lightly grease the base and the sides. I just have a leftover stork from previous baking, and what I do is I keep it just so for exactly this type of purpose, okay? So we're just going to grease it and then we will proceed. Okay, so I have double parchment here because I think that the cake needs a double protection. Place your cake on top of your parchment paper. Get a pencil or a pen, hold it firmly and just draw around the edge. And that's what you're going to use to cut out for your template for the bottom. Okay, so it's drawn there and we're going to cut it out. And just remember when you're cutting out your parchment paper for the base that you cut on the inside of the line, not on the outside, because obviously the tin is bigger on the outside than it is on the inside. And as I said, the reason for using a double parchment is because honestly this cake is going to cook for a couple of hours and you don't want to end up with it burnt or pieces burnt or anything. So this is why you place 2, some people place 3 parchment paper, and there's absolutely no problem doing that at all. Okay, so off we go with our cutting. Okay, so we've set aside our discs for the bottom of the cake tin, and what we want to do then next is prepare the sides, the parchment paper for the sides. You get a piece of string, ribbon, whatever, and you measure the circumference around the tin, and that's how you know what size to cut. Okay, so we'll just use that as a guide. Very festive red ribbon. Okay, so this is my cut piece of ribbon, which is the circumference of the tin. And again, I have a double piece of parchment, baking parchment paper, and I basically measured the length of the parchment paper to match with the cut ribbon. And then I'll show you here, I will just cut up the sides so that I have my exact circumference for my tin. Okay, so this is my cut out length of paper, and what you do then is you turn it in half and make a very good sharp edge all the way down the length, because that's where you're going to cut down. Okay, so open it out and you will see that's the edge there that you're going to cut. Okay, so you go along with your scissors and lift it and you cut down that crease that you just made, so that you then have your circumference for the tin ready to go. So the next thing that you do then, in order to get it to fit really well into the tin, is that you take about 1 inch all along the edge here. Just take about 1 inch and fold it over as well. Okay, and then again you want to press it really, really hard so that you get that really, really fine crease all the way down. Okay, and then you get your scissors and you cut right up to the crease. You cut about 1 inch apart all the way the length of it. So I hope that you can see. I'll just move up a little so that you can see exactly what I am doing. Make it easier for you there. Now, so up to the crease, just about 1 inch all the way along. Okay, and that's going to make it much easier to fit in. And then you repeat the exact same with the other piece of paper. Alrighty. Okay, so we're ready to go. You can see the cut edges there, and I have my double parchment, and I simply place it in up against the edges and just work it around with the cut pieces at the bottom. Overlaps there, and I have then my lined sides finished, and then we'll just place the center in after we trim. Okay, so we need to keep about 2 inches over the top, so we'll just trim that off now. Okay, so the tin has got the lining in it, and I'm simply cutting around the edges so that I leave enough here for the cake to rise. Okay, it protects it from burning, protects it from burnt edges, and it keeps it from having little bits and pieces crispier than the center. All right, so there's the tin all the way around, cut, ready to go. And then we simply place the discs, the double discs that we cut out previously, into the base, and we are fit and ready to go with the mix. And that is it. Okay, I know it seems to be an awful lot of preparation, but it really, really is worth it, because this will protect your cake and this will give you a really, really good finished result for all the work and the effort and the ingredients and the expense that you put into making the cake. All right.